going on, guys? Welcome back to DCD Podcast, episode number 7. Today we're joined by Alexander, aka The Purple Swordfish from thepurpleswordfish.com. There's no actual "the" in there, but I threw it in.
Yeah. Sounds more official that way.
How was your week?
It's pretty good, man. Busy, like always, working, creating YouTube content, trying to.
Playing World of Warcraft?
Playing World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth came out this week. That was a lot of fun. Did an unboxing video on that collector's edition. If you're into unboxing
video.
Oh yeah, you did. The couple people did. I got called sexy in one of the comments. I don't know how to respond to that one. I'm gonna have to carefully choose my words on that one. But yeah, came out this week. Did an unboxing video. Those usually do pretty well, and it was a lot of fun, man. Like it'd been a while since my last unboxing, like of a video game. I did one for Tentacle, but I did one for World of Warcraft. Yeah, it's not a video game, so it's kind of like it was kind of like different. But yeah, I mean, I've been looking forward to this for months, so it was like a really cool kind of throwback to the earlier days of my channel when I used to unbox everything. I used to unbox Plants vs. Zombies 2 and Forza Horizon Day 1 edition and like you name it. Like if it had anything cool about it, anything at all that was cool, I was like, oh, I'll just unbox it, put it on a little tiny.
You Day 1 controller?
I do.
I don't. Mine's long gone.
Oh man, yeah. I should have shown you. Like I feel like you might have played with it at one point when you were here, because it is my de facto second controller. No, I'm pretty sure you played with it one night.
I had the Day 1 controller, so.
Yeah, dude.
Because I bought it Day 1 at midnight.
See, me too. And I held on to it, and I never used it really. Like a couple times I've let Ashley play with it, and a couple times when a guest has come over, it's been used then. But I eventually got a third controller, so that one's just kind of sat on the shelf because I just like the way it looks. Dude, I like that one. I like the white look. Is that a custom?
Nope.
Andy's holding up a controller that's like white with like a gold D-pad. It looks pretty nice.
Has gold D-pad and gold triggers.
Yeah, I really like it. But yeah, man, it was
Xbox does it.
It was a pretty eventful week, but a good one. So, how was your week, Andy?
Played Madden. There you go. That's
Played
it.
Madden.
Worked,
yeah. I did a lot of that too.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Did a lot of that, but you came to one of my streams.
I did not make a video.
You did not make a video,
and did not stream.
Oh man,
So,
we gotta change that, man.
I am like 8 solos away from done with Journey.
It's quite the grind.
Yeah.
It's quite the grind. But I did see that you got some good pulls.
Maybe.
At least one good pull.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey was nice.
Brett Hundley, you mean?
That was it. Yeah, definitely Brett Hundley. That's best pull. The only thing that could have been better than that is pulling a Deshaun Kaiser. You pull one of those, and you got to get those Packers backup QBs.
Kevin Hogan.
Yeah, Kevin Hogan, best QB in the game.
I mean, best wide receiver. That was the quote from your stream.
I know. I want to say that I was. Oh God, what's the other Hogan? Is it Ben Hogan?
Chris?
No.
You still don't know his name. Hogan.
Ben Hogan's the golfer.
Chris Hogan.
And then Chris Hogan is the wide receiver. Well, and his name isn't really Hogan.
Like
how
weird
is
Hogan
that?
Is like, Super Bowl champion, and you don't know who it is.
It's pretty
Kevin Hogan.
It's pretty crazy to think that he's a Super Bowl champion. I always forget that about him.
Has it played for the Bills?
Yeah.
He may still be with Patriots. I don't know.
I don't really like him for one reason and one reason alone. There was one week where I was playing somebody in fantasy football who got really desperate, picked him up off the free agency pool, and he proceeded to have the game of his life and basically turn the tide. And yeah, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens.
Made a new rule.
What's that?
To the podcast. I never discussed this with you. So you look.
We've already got 2.
We got 1. What's the second one?
We've got 2.
There's Des Bryant.
Yes.
What's the second one?
That we weren't going to talk about our favorite streamer that we both love and hate but also find incredibly entertaining.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess that's the rule too.
Yeah, you
Uh,
were adamant about that. You're like, Alex, you were not to talk about
Third
that.
rule, I think it's a good rule. No talking about your fantasy football teams. Like I can't talk about my team. You can't talk about your team. No fantasy football. You can talk about
Why?
players. We can't talk about your team
Okay, that's
because
kind
no
of
one cares about your football team. It's a golden rule.
okay. That's fine. I mean, I didn't really anticipate. I was just talking about Chris Hogan. That's it. You know, I
Yeah.
was just talking about why I have this
I'm just saying, like, when
unreasonable.
draft season's coming by, we can't just be like, oh yeah, I drafted Antonio Brown and Kaiser and Baker Mayfield.
Andy, I don't talk to anybody outside of my league about my fantasy football team.
That's what you should do. Only talk in their league.
I mean, that's a fine rule. I'll co-sign on that one. So we'll sign that into the DCD podcast
Well, I
charter.
mean, majority rules when if I say something and you say something. So
Okay, yeah, well, the DCD podcast constitution amendment 3, no fantasy football team talk. Nobody cares.
yeah,
That's
no one
that's
cares.
just that should be the law right there. No fantasy football, no talking about your fantasy football team. No one cares. That's the end of the statement. Like, yeah, okay, that's a good one. So first topic, Andy. Where do you want to start?
I wrote this one down. It's a short one.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw it in there. Red Sox are good.
Okay.
Just gonna let that statement out there.
We had no listener questions or topics
No, we
this
didn't.
week. Yeah. I think we put that out a little bit too late. I think that tweet went out a little bit too late. So I'm going to blame it on that. But
The Red Sox casually 12 games ahead of the second place team in the entire MLB. So,
neat.
they're kind of good.
Neat.
Yeah.
If you have a topic or a question for the podcast, you can reach out to @DeadChannelDuo on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah, man. We're a good follow too. I'm going to start tweeting from that account like it's my personal account. Just put a little PS after everything.
I'm not.
Like, oh God,
I'll treat
I'm
it
just
like my own Twitter and not tweet.
No, I'm gonna just start tweeting everything, dude. I'm gonna live tweet everything. Be like, just went to Taco Bell. 30 minutes later, oh man, that
My
was a
Taco Bell's
mistake.
closed.
Really?
I went to Taco Bell today and they're like, some equipment broke. We can't sell anything. Go to the other one town. I was like, okay, not going to Taco Bell.
You know, that did happen to me one time. I went to a Taco Bell when I was a kid, and they were like, yeah, this was back when Taco Bell had a really simplified menu. Because, like, I'm old. We've established that. So, Andy, I'm not going to leave the door open for you to make an old joke. But I went to Taco Bell when they had a really simple menu. Like, there were no gorditas. There were no chalupas. I don't even think they did quesadillas back then. It was pretty much just tacos and a couple burritos. And they were like, we have no meat. We have no ground beef. And I'm like, well,
Yep.
I don't know what to order. But
Chicken, vegan,
I don't think they had chicken back then, dude.
vegetarian options.
Yeah. Something tells me that back then Taco Bell didn't have a lot of vegetarian-friendly stuff.
Back then, they had the electronic menus.
No. No,
Yeah,
dude.
that was my old joke that you said try to throw it in there.
Oh, yeah. See, I remember a time when you would go to a drive-thru and it was literally just, I guess if you watch some old 90s movies, maybe some early 2000s movies, you might see something like this, but like the drive-thru was like a light up board, right? And then
Yeah, we still have them in my town.
well, yeah, and then like the drive-through, it wasn't like a little LCD screen where they can put your order on there. Like it was literally just a speaker, and the quality was terrible. I mean, it was just terrible quality. And then like a lot of times, I remember they would just get frustrated. It was just drive to the window, just drive to the window, because they couldn't communicate very well with you. But yeah, man, memories. Sad to hear your Taco Bell's closed.
I don't care. I had
No.
better food anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, can I mention one thing that we didn't really talk about on your road trip is you said that you're not a fan of Bojangles. I just thought that was fun.
It was like 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. You're like KFC's better. So
Dude,
like
KFC's way better.
So, quick question for you, Andy. Just a spur of the moment topic. This could have been a great listener question or topic. So I don't know if you operate this way, but in my household, there's like a fried chicken hierarchy, right? Where like I rank it, right? So like number one for me, my favorite is Church's, right? Second favorite Popeyes, third favorite KFC, fourth Publix, and then 5 I'd probably put Bojangles, right?
Yeah.
What's yours? I think you're KFC number 1, right?
No.
You a Colonel guy?
I mean, yeah, but
I'm talking about like chains. This can't be like a mom and pop place. It can't be like
then I guess KFC.
KFC. Okay. What's your favorite fried chicken place? It can be a mom and pop place.
Not saying it because there's only one. And it's in my town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about the taco place that you like? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Taco John's. That's a franchise.
Oh God, dude, I want to go to Taco
I don't
John's.
like it. I told you like I don't want to go
so
there.
bad. Dude, if I come to Kentucky, will you take me there though?
I guess.
Okay. As a friend.
I'm pretty sure they have them in Florida, but
really? Oh my God.
The place that I like is called Country Castle.
Country Castle. Oh no, I accidentally opened Chrome on the wrong monitor.
Country with a K, by the way.
Sorry about that, guys. Country with a K.
Yeah, so we call it KK.
That's pretty cool.
It's Country and Castle with K. I should probably say that too.
Well, I didn't know this Taco John's place that you told me about was...
I'm sure it's a huge chain.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know why I've never heard of it or why I didn't know it was a chain? There are no locations in Florida. There are no locations in Georgia. There are no locations in Alabama. And that's my tri-state area right there, Andy.
They have 380 restaurants in 27 states.
Well,
fun fact.
My tri-state area here, none. And I don't even really frequent Georgia or Alabama. I've been to Alabama like once in my life. It was pretty cool, but...
I have a quadruple state area, so...
Yeah. I like to say tri-state area because I realize it irritates Northerners because they're like, you can't say that. That's for us. And I'm like, shut up. It's 3 states, so it could be tri. Anyway. Try and stop me. Haha. Anyway.
I'm leaving. Good night.
Okay. Oh, that was good. I like it. Oh, no. My face just got like instantly big so we've got a Google Chrome browser that took the place of the webcams for once. And then we also got a really big picture of me for a second. So
this is the worst podcast we've recorded so far.
Is it? I thought we had some good banter going on.
All right,
so
going to actual topics. We were talking for like an hour about nothing.
14 minutes, but
14 minutes of nothing. Okay. So I went to the movies. I worked there, but I went and saw a movie called The Meg with Jason Statham versus the Megalodon.
Oh.
And I gotta say, what a horrible movie.
Really?
Trash. I gave it a 3 out of 10 on IMDb, which I would say it's a 2 out of 10, but what I have ranked 1, it's just so bad that I couldn't rank it down there.
Well, it's interesting you say that because a good friend of the podcast, I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but he's a good friend of ours, Julian, if he's out there, at Cage023, Cage with a K, as in kangaroo. He's a good follow on Twitter, but he saw that movie recently and he said it was all right. He said it was okay.
Bad.
But now you're telling me 3. I didn't know Jason Statham. Okay, sorry. I could never pronounce his name. I like him. I like the Transporter movies that he did. He was really good in those. I thought he was great in Fast and Furious. But I didn't know he was in that.
His iconic role. in Crank.
I loved Crank. I love that movie.
It's like my go-to. Like if you like Jason Statham, the guy from Crank.
His career's had a pretty cool story to it anyway. But anyways, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you. Are you going to do a movie review on your channel? That's the movie review channel. You should, man.
Because it's trash. Sorry.
So it took me a while to realize this, and I feel like an idiot now. But when you said I went to go see The Meg, for real, for 2 weeks since I've been hearing about this movie, I was like, The Meg? What do you mean? And then when you said Megalodon, I'm like, oh.
The Megalodon?
Yeah, see, like, The Meg, it just didn't make any sense to me. But now it does.
Like, normally movies like that, I'll have fun. I realize that they're not going to be that good. But no. It's just bad.
What's the worst movie you've ever watched?
That's one of my topics.
Okay.
But it's a little different. Mine's what's the worst movie you've seen in theaters?
Oh, okay, because that was going to be my follow-up question.
Because you paid money to go see it. What's yours?
Can you start?
Can I start?
Because you didn't give me the topics beforehand because you wanted to be difficult.
You didn't give me your topics.
I did give you my topics. I just said that there was one that was I gave you the general idea.
The worst movie I saw in theaters was there's a little movie horror franchise that the third movie was a Fathom event that only had one show in theaters in the entire nation, which was a great movie called Jeepers Creepers 3. Fantastic. Not really.
Oh, really?
It looked like you know how like you have like college film student movies? It was like a middle school film student movie.
Yeah.
It was bad. There's one scene where the Jeepers Creeper is in slow motion, but the guy he's like hunting in slow motion isn't. So it's just a dude in normal motion while the Jeepers Creeper is like coming at him really slow. It's trash.
I know that I've
$17 on a Fathom event tickets to go see that crap.
Oh, Andy, I am so sorry, dude. $17. That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. Like that's the hurt. Like
it was a packed theater too, and no one liked it. I tweeted after it. I tweeted, Jeepers Creepers 3 is the greatest movie I've ever seen, and 10 out of 10 would watch again. Someone responded to it like, "Are you insane?"
So,
like,
quick question here, before I give you mine, because I figured it out. So, are you the type? Have you ever gone to see a movie and walked out in the middle, paid to see it in theaters, and just walked out in the middle of it because it was just
I was gonna
that
do that
bad?
with the Meg.
Okay.
I thought about it several times, but I've never done it.
See, because I'm the type where I don't care how bad it is. Like, if I go to a movie and it's terrible, I paid for the ticket.
About it for Jeepers Creepers.
I know. I've considered it sometimes, but like, I'll think about it. Don't get me wrong, but I'll never do it because I'm sitting there thinking, well, I paid for it. I might as well get the most I can out of it. I get free tickets now,
so if I leave, it doesn't hurt me.
So there you go. I mean, even if I go to a sporting event, like I've been to sporting events where like it's a blowout, right? And my team, the one that I'm rooting for, is getting blown out. And I'll be like, I have to stay till the end. Because it's like I paid for it. I might as well get the most money out of it.
You never know what happens in a game, though.
Well, that is true. I remember one time when I was a kid, there was an indoor hockey league where it was like hockey. It was like on rollerblades. It was actually pretty cool. I want to say it was called the IHL. Anyway, Orlando had a team. They used to play at the arena here, and they would broadcast the games on radio, not on TV, but on radio. So I remember when we went to a game, they were getting blown out, and my stepdad was like, we're just going to leave. We're just going to leave. And then he turned the game on the radio, and they came back and won. And I was like so mad because I was like, we could have been there to see it. Anyway, worst movie I've ever seen in theaters is Amityville Horror, the remake of it. And I think it had Ryan Reynolds as the lead. I could be wrong on it. I watched it one time. The reason I'm a little bit fuzzy on this is I watched it one time in theaters. I watched it one time on TV for about 15 minutes just to make sure that I wasn't completely out of my mind when I watched it originally. But I remember seeing that movie with my brother. Shout out to him if he's out there listening. We saw a lot of movies together when we were in high school. I kind of miss that. But yeah, we went and saw Amityville Horror. We thought it was going to be good. The trailer for it, the lead up to it.
Movie thinking it's good.
Well, sometimes, like, I kind of went into some movies that so for example, me and my brother saw a movie called The Core, which was made in the very early 2000s. It's like a thriller movie.
Marines.
No, The Core, it's CORE, and it was a movie. Well, no, I thought you thought that I was saying core, like as in CORPS, like Marine Corps, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's The Core, and it was a movie. I forget. I think it was maybe Greg Kinnear that was in it. And then they had DJ Qualls, who had just kind of blown up a little bit because of the movie Road Trip. And some the new guy, he was in that movie too.
The new guy.
Yeah, it was called The New Guy. So I want to say it was called that. Where he goes
I
to
thought
like
you were talking about like an actor, and I was like, "What? What are you talking
No,
about?"
I just remember it had Greg Kinnear and it had DJ Qualls in it, and it was a movie about the Earth. The magnetic poles were starting to shift because the Earth's core was dying. And the scientists get together and they have this crazy idea to build a machine that'll drill to the center of the Earth, and then they can reset the core of the Earth somehow. Like, I went into that movie thinking it was going to be terrible. So, like, it was pretty bad, you know, and, like, we just, you know, went in to go see a bad movie. But Amityville Horror, I mean, like, I remember watching a trailer and thinking, oh, this will be pretty good, and it's obviously based on a classic horror movie. So you're hoping it's going to be like a modernization of a classic. And it was just terrible. And I remember me and my brother actually got, we were irritating people because we were, like, there were parts that were unintentionally funny. So we started laughing at some of the parts that were supposed to be scary. So, but I would never pay to see that. If I could go back in time, I would have just waited, watched like on HBO or something. Anyway, that would be my pick. Also, before we move on to another topic, because I brought up Road Trip, I just want to say, like, how unappreciative you are sometimes, like,
the character
and how difficult
you me on doesn't take a road trip in the movie.
Why do you have to get so hung up on the details? You know,
the whole, like, all the people in the picture.
Centerpiece of the picture is Tom Green, and I realize he doesn't take the road trip because, by the way,
all the guys you could have picked up in the picture,
okay,
all go on a road trip, all of them,
but
besides the one he picked.
Okay, but here's the thing, it put you front and center, which was the intent, and I can't believe that you didn't like the thumbnail. I worked really hard on it, and then also I just have to say, like, I was really excited about the thumbnail because Road Trip, I know this is terrible, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I know it's not a good movie.
It's good. I
know that there's not a lot of redeeming. Well, I'm sure there's like some film critic out there, like, you know, listening to the podcast, as I know that film critics would do, and they'd be like, "Oh, this guy has terrible taste. What's a plebe?
I mean, it's fun.
Oh, how unrefined. Road Trip." Anyway, yeah, man, difficult to work with, impossible to work with.
Yeah. Forgot to mention this earlier at the beginning, but rest in peace, Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah. That's a terrible loss. Terrible loss. I was, like, really sad about that one. I know Ashley was, too.
A wrestler passed away, too. I can't remember who. This past week.
Brian Christopher, a.k.a. Brian Lawler, a.k.a. Grandmaster Sexay. From WWE, Half of Too Cool. He passed away.
Best tag team.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Jim the Anvil.
Yeah, wrestling has been tough lately, man. Because there was like Volkov, and then Lawler, and then now Neidhart.
Yeah, that's the three. Everything comes in threes.
You know what's really, like, not to get, and by the way, SummerSlam is this Sunday. I'm stoked for it. If you're a wrestling fan out there, tweet me during SummerSlam. Let me know how you feel about the show. I might live tweet it from the Dead Channel Duo Twitter.
Don't.
Anyway, I'm doing it. Now you
I'll
told me
block
not to do. You're gonna block me?
I'll block you.
For what? Just
I mean,
because
you've
I
been
like
blocked by several
wrestling?
accounts.
Listen, Andy, let me watch my fake combat sport and enjoy it, okay? I'm from the South. It's what I watch.
Segue into your topic. Okay.
What?
Try to
what-
segue into you getting blocked by other Twitters.
Oh, I did get blocked by Twitters. So this week, I got to say this, man. Like, this is becoming more of a thing, and I don't know why. And I've talked to other people on Twitter, and they've been saying this happens to them. But I got blocked by 2 high-profile Twitter accounts, and I still don't know why. But, yeah, like, I'm a pretty big Madden person, right? And I'm always a pretty big defender of Madden. I like to think that I am. Now, don't get me wrong. I rage on streams when playing Madden. That happens. I say I hate the game.
Yeah.
I say I'm never going to play it again. I think last year I claimed at one point that I wasn't going to buy Madden 19. I was so pissed off. But I always find myself coming back to it. And, I realize that it's just me being unreasonable. But on Twitter, I've never gone at Madden. Like, I've never gone at him and been like,
Doubt it.
WTF. But yeah,
I mean, they blocked you for a reason.
No, they didn't.
They gotta.
I didn't do anything. I've said nothing but positive things about Madden 19. They blocked me. So EA Madden Ultimate Team has blocked me on Twitter.
So did Gutfox.
Gutfox. Yeah, he did. And then he unblocked me, but he didn't follow me back though.
Got him.
Yeah, he was following me, and then he blocked me, and then I guess he unblocked me, and I followed him. He didn't follow me back, so I'm like, he just...
Maybe EA saw you're like World of Warcraft.
Yeah. That's not true. I hope not. But,
you gotta play mutt.
I guess the sad part about it is I sat there and I thought, man, I really want to be an EA game changer one day. And I stopped.
That doesn't affect you.
I stopped the coin selling sponsorship because I was like, maybe one day I will get
blocked
big.
by them. He's a game changer, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you right now. If they ever, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I want to be very clear. But if they ever come to me and they say, "Hey, do you want to be an EA game changer?" I'll be like, "Can you guys unblock me first? That'd be kind of tight." Because I rely on that Twitter account to get my news. Like, I'm always very.
Then follow my head.
I guess I'm going to I already do, but I guess I'm going to have to turn on notifications for them now. But, like, I'm always very, very careful in what I do and reply to or even tag the
Maybe
EA
you got
Madden
blocked
account.
for promoting an ebook.
I'm thinking it might be that. Just because I wanted to help out a friend, TT23. I don't regret it, though, because I always want to help out my friends. What is life if you can't help out friends? Also... this was completely unrelated. I saw Will Wheaton. Okay, and if you're wondering who Will Wheaton is, he played Wesley on Star Trek: The Next Generation. He's also...
We did a poll. No one cares about Star Trek.
Okay. Well, he had a little bit of a resurgence lately. He's become a YouTube content creator. I think he does a series called Tabletop where he plays tabletop games with other celebrities. In addition, he's also on like shows like The Big Bang Theory. He plays himself on that show. So nevertheless...
Straight copy from... a Game Grumps series called Tabletop.
I'm pretty sure he was doing that well before Table Flip, which is the Game Grumps tabletop.
I thought it was called Tabletop. Never mind.
But also, I gotta say, Table Flip was
Game
cool.
Grumps has been doing that for like 4 years.
Well, they stopped, unfortunately. I'm sad. I was sad that ended because I really did like. I'm a huge Game Grumps fan. I know that's sacrilege among some people. I've been made fun of for liking Game Grumps, but I don't know. I like them. I think they're good at what they do. Anyway, yeah, man, Will Wheaton, he was trending on Twitter, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on with Will Wheaton? Like, I hope he's okay, like, yeah, anytime you see a celebrity trending, you're like, oh, God, I hope they're not, like, dead or something, because that's usually why somebody's trending. So I click on it, and apparently, like, he's having this meltdown on Twitter. He's saying he's going to quit Twitter because there's a certain news organization that Twitter has not taken down off of their site. So he says he's going to quit it in protest. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta go check this out. What is he saying? I'm just kind of interested at that point. I go to pull up his account. He has me blocked.
Got him.
And I'm like, I've never even tweeted at Will Wheaton. I've never had any interaction with him at all.
Who's your biggest follower? Like, who follows you with the biggest?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I
Maybe
don't.
Bengal.
No, maybe it is Bengal. It
RBT
might.
follow you?
No, RBT doesn't follow me. I know I know there was one NFL player that was following me.
I mean, I'm followed by big man himself, Jose Bautista.
Well, there you go. I mean,
Joey Bats.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know how I would check something like that.
I just knew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about like my clout
I don't
like
follow
that.
Jose Bautista back, so who's
Oh,
that real
really?
clout now?
Well, I mean, there you go. I think the biggest follower that
Cody
I'm.
Wolf Music follows you.
Wait, who?
Country Music Award nominated touring songwriter, country singer, 450,000 followers on Twitter.
Really?
Follows you on Twitter.
That seems like a mistake. That seems like somebody who followed me by mistake.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's apparently a guy named Ben Landis that follows me. He's the biggest
AOA
person.
follows you.
Yeah. There's also another YouTube content creator, Ali Spagnola, who has 2.8 million. So Ben Landis, whoever Ben Landis is, I don't even know who he is. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he follows me as about 3.3 million. I don't know. There's a couple bigger ones. The one that I'm most proud about, the one that like really made me kind of have a moment was
What?
ID at Xbox. So the official ID at Xbox Twitter account followed me. I was like, that's pretty cool. Anyway, enough about me and my I just, hey, Will Wheaton and Madden Ultimate Team Twitter handlers, if you're out there, maybe just unblock me. I'm not a bad guy. I don't really have anything against you.
Just a friendly little egg.
Yeah. We could be friends again. It's just like I don't feel like I'm that controversial on Twitter, Andy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I really try to watch what I say, honestly. But
I gotta say, this is the most impromptu the podcast we've done.
is it that bad?
It's most like this entire thing's been improv.
Well, no,
Basically.
because we just kind of keep flowing here from top to top.
Yeah.
See, because I'm liking the flow, and apparently you're not, because you brought it up.
Yeah.
So, well, so what's your next topic?
Well, we didn't have any listener topics, so Ronald Acuna
Oh, we're gonna talk about the Marlins and
balling,
how they're bad sports.
absolute balling. 5 home runs in 5 games. 3 of them leadoff home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And unsportsmanlike conduct. Hits him, injures him.
Yeah. So, I have a couple questions for you. I just kind of want to see where you land on this topic in just a couple ways to make sure that, maybe I'm not showing some kind of a bias as a Marlins fan. So, first off, what Jose Urena did was pretty inexcusable. It seemed pretty evident that it was intentional. I believe it is actually the first time in modern baseball. I think they said it was the first time in the live ball era where a starting pitcher has gone out and beamed somebody on the first pitch of the game. I also think it's kind of interesting that it was clocked as the fastest pitch he's thrown all year.
Yeah.
So, as a Marlins fan, I'm like, why is it that one that's the hardest you've thrown all year? Like, is that a microcosm for the Marlins organization or what? That the best pitch he throws all year in terms of velocity hits somebody. But, so I feel like it was inexcusable. I do agree with the ejection, right? They gave him a 6-game suspension. So, my thought on it was public backlash. He's the new MLB pariah for a couple days. Like, everybody hates him. He'll probably get booed in just about every stadium other than Miami. But there's nobody in Miami watching in the stadium anyway,
He'll
so
probably get booed in Miami too.
probably. And
Because everyone hates the product on some field.
And rightfully so. So between that and a 6-game suspension, I go, hey, it's handled. He didn't injure the guy. I mean, he did leave the game, but he didn't.
He did. I mean, he's back today, but he missed a game.
Well, okay, but he's gonna miss 6. He got ejected from 1, and he's gonna miss 6. Like, I think that's
162.
I understand, but like, do you think? Because the prevailing thought on Twitter was it's not enough. Should it be more?
He should be banned 162.
Really?
Intentionally injuring someone should be banned for a year. Like, that's not cool.
Okay, so then my next question for you is, as a baseball fan, I have always wondered why teams, I get the idea, oh, it's tradition, oh, he hit our guy, I'm going to hit his, that kind of thing. Like this vigilante justice system. But like
rule baseball.
All the way from the time I was a kid and I loved baseball and I was just a kid watching baseball to now, I've always wondered, why would you potentially not so like I get it, you're angry, you want to hit their guy. Okay, I get that. That makes sense to me. I'm not justifying, I'm just saying it makes sense, right? But like now, let's just say you beam somebody and then you get up to bat and they beam your guy, your star player, and then eventually somebody, like you just said, ends up missing a season because of it. Is it really worth it? So like I've always thought like I was a manager in baseball,
players should be in baseball in general.
See, because like if I was a manager, I'd be like, under no circumstances are we doing that on this team. Because one, it can hurt the team through a number of means, and then 2, it's just like, what's the point?
I don't think it should be in the game.
But every once in a while you'll have players come out, and I know you know what I'm talking about, where like they'll be like, nah, it's part of the game. It is what it is
at this point. But like, it shouldn't be a part of the game.
Do you think fighting in hockey should be part of the game or no? Because I know it's a penalty, but like it's not.
It's a decent penalty.
Yeah, but do you think if because in international play you can't fight, they eject you, right?
I mean, yeah, but they don't have NHL players playing internationally.
Do you think the NHL should follow suit or no?
I mean, allegedly, people don't like fighting. Actually, like statistically, people prefer hockey without fighting.
It doesn't really do anything for me as a fan.
I mean, I love fights.
I actually
it boosts team, like hitting someone with a baseball. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely different.
Okay.
Actually, hitting someone with a baseball, like if you get hit, it's just like a giant F you. And your team doesn't care. They're like, yeah, my guy beamed you. No one says that. When hockey, if your guy beats the crap out of another guy, your team morale goes through the roof. Everyone gets super hyped.
Mm-hmm.
Like normally, if your guy beats the crap out of another guy, you come out there and you play better hockey. You're like, yeah, my guy just beat the crap out of your guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the morale of the other team, they're like, oh man, our guy just got destroyed.
I never thought of it that way.
But in baseball, no one, like, if you hit a player, your teammates aren't like, yeah, good job. You hit him with 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And he has no chance of defending himself on that.
Agreed. As somebody who got hit with a 60-mile-an-hour fastball in the upper thigh, dude, I wouldn't want to take a 90, even an 80. Hell, I don't even want to take a curveball to a shoulder.
The worst one is Aroldis Chapman. He got hit in the face with a 109-mile-an-hour fastball, 109-mile-an-hour line drive to the face.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
Pitcher safety is. I don't know if they'll ever come up with a solution for that. It's a real, because there's cases like the Alex Cobb case, the Chapman case. I think J.A. Happ at one point got hit by one. I mean, like, the line drives. It's scary, dude. Like
No.
I remember as a kid. Okay, this is little league, middle school age. Playing third base was scary because kids are hitting with an aluminum bat. I mean, line drive's coming at you fast, bro. I couldn't. I never pitched, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I would pitch if I could go back in time, knowing what I know now. I don't know if I would pitch to a kid hitting with an aluminum bat.
Can't say I was ever scared. Played second base, wasn't scared.
Well, I guess I'm not as brave as you, Andy. We learned something today. Andy fearless. Alex goes through life wondering what if sometimes. I don't know. I think about stuff like that. But at the same time, I've done some pretty reckless things where I go back and I go, man, if I really thought about that, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Now that I'm thinking more about hockey, sorry.
Yeah.
Also, a fight in hockey, both players have to agree to fight each other. You can't just fight someone that's unwilling. Because if you try to fight someone and they say no, you'll still get penalized, but they won't.
I mean, that's true.
Like, both players have to agree to fight.
But I don't know, man. I just, total side note. Have you ever played somebody in NHL online and all they want to do is fight? It's annoying.
Nope, it never happened. I play NHL all the time, never happened.
No, happened to me.
I play EASHL, and I have a buddy that fights all the time.
I hate those people. No offense to your friend. I hate it. Like, I just want to play the game. I don't want to fight. I don't like the mini game. It's kind of stupid. Doesn't really do anything for me. And then 9 times out of 10,
most people that play the game don't know how to fight. They just spam punch. But if you dodge it, you get a free punch at them.
Yeah. Well,
Pretty easy.
I don't know. If I want to box, I'd play Fight Night. But oh wait.
Oh wait.
Yeah, they don't make it, unfortunately. You know, that's another thing, just a pet peeve of mine before we get on to our next topic. Everybody, like, right now is like, man, I wish they'd make Fight Night again. Yeah, well, you guys, where were you guys when the last one came out? You didn't buy it because the sales were dismal. Like, what's up with people wanting stuff, but they don't support it financially?
It's not a thing. Like, think about it realistically. Who watches boxing?
You know, if you go by the pay-per-view numbers, it's definitely on the decline.
Like, think about the people that watch boxing aren't people that play video games.
That is true. That is true.
Most video games, like 99.9%, are like, yeah, need new Fight Night so I can use GGG.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. I could be wrong. But I don't think that if I'm speculating here, but I don't think that pay-per-view numbers for boxing are up. Last time I checked, they were down.
Yeah, because there's no big name right now.
Well, that's part of the problem too. Is I think most people.
Like, there's no one like Conor McGregor status in boxing right now. Floyd Money Mayweather status. Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali.
I think part of the problem too is there's no big heavyweight names, like the Klitschko brothers dominated for like over a decade and they would never fight each other. Someone put up a ridiculous amount of money for the prospect of them fighting one another. They would not fight one another.
Speaking of video games that they don't make anymore, there's one that might come back, allegedly, by EA Sports. MVP Baseball. Allegedly on the return.
If it comes to Xbox, I will be a day one buyer.
It definitely will. It's EA.
Yeah. I tried to get into MLB The Show this year. I was rubbish at the game, so yeah.
Next console generation.
I would assume so.
Because there's no reason to create a game for this console. Well, it's going to take them like 2 to 3 years to make the game. And when the next generation's coming out to 3 to 4 years. Like, allegedly, the next Xbox is coming out in 2 years. 2020.
Yeah,
so
it's fine if it comes back like that. I also heard that, I thought you were going to say Time Splitters. Time Splitters somebody bought the license to Time Splitters and is bringing that series back, and I'm looking forward to that. Time Splitters was tight, dude.
If it's the game I remember, no.
You hate everything, Andy.
It's not the game I thought it was.
Time Splitters Future Perfect was the last one they made, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a really good game. It was, the best thing I could tell you to compare it to is like an older school first-person shooter.
The game I thought of was Time Shift.
No, that Time Shift,
Yeah,
bro. I remember that game. Long story. I'll cut it down as much as I can. That game was in development forever, and eventually, one company, I want to say, oh God, what was the name of that company? I forget who.
Saber Interactive.
Saber, thank you. Eventually, Saber Interactive ended up with the IP Time Shift, and they actually took it to the finish line. And I remember I was at a GameStop manager conference, and they showed us a trailer for the game, and I was like, this looks good. They even went as far as to make fun of how long it had been in development, and they were talking about, like, look at what it was and look at what it is now. Like, we've changed so much. Don't judge it by the previous footage you've seen, all that. And I remember the game came out, and I liked the game. I thought it was good, and I thought it had some really cool concepts, but nobody else liked it.
They have made some interesting games.
Saber Interactive is a very eclectic.
They made Inversion.
Yeah.
They made Quake Champions.
Ooh.
They made NBA Playgrounds.
NBA Playgrounds.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Anniversary Edition, not the original, obviously.
That was good, by the way.
And they made Spin Tires Mud Runners, which you're a big fan of.
All right.
Hell yeah, Ricky.
So yeah, man. Cool. So we covered our baseball topic, and we somehow ended up talking about Saber Interactive.
There's another baseball topic.
What's the other baseball topic?
Well, it's your topic. You talked about it last week before the podcast. You're like, it's a backup topic for the future, unless you want to keep it the backup.
Oh, I know what your take is, but do you think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame?
Greatest player of all time.
Yeah. I just think it's like, how many more times is he not gonna get in before we just smarten up and just decide, like, let's just put him in?
Who do you think the GOAT is in baseball?
My personal opinion?
Yeah. Mine's not opinion, it's fact, by the way.
See, I hate when you say that, because it's like you're taking away the fact that, like, see, me saying the GOAT, like, it's subjective. So to me, the greatest position player, I would say it has to go to Barry Bonds.
If you had the first pick in the all-time, everyone's in their prime, in MLB draft, you could only pick one player. Aliens came down, you pick one baseball player to save the world. Who's that gonna be?
It's gonna be Barry Bonds, but I hope there's no rule for PEDs. That's my only thing. That's why it's begrudgingly my pick. It's also begrudgingly my pick because I think Barry Bonds is not a good person. Barry Bonds, putting this in quotations for anybody listening to the audio version, best friend did prison time to protect Barry Bonds from admitting that he did PEDs. I don't think he's a good person, but begrudgingly, I will. You have to be a really good Andy. There is probably
good friend. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's about 2 or 3 people in this world that I do prison time for. Like, legit. I really mean that. 2 or 3 people I would probably really do prison time for. And it would have to be very extenuating circumstances. I would have told Barry Bonds, I don't even care if I was married to Barry Bonds. I would have told him, you just need to admit that you did PEDs. I'm not going to do 2 years of prison time to protect your reputation that isn't a reputation anymore because everybody knows that you did PEDs. So like I said, it's begrudgingly, I would say that, but I mean, it's difficult because I think where I do kind of side with the people who vote for the Hall of Fame is I find myself questioning so much of that era of baseball. Like so many players that I loved watching, grew up watching, idolized: Gary Sheffield, Rafael Palmeiro, Jose Gonzalez, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire.
I don't like Canseco.
Well, no, but like I grew up, I didn't know that Canseco was a huge, massive, egotistical
He
maniac,
ruined
right?
baseball.
He did, but at the same time, he did bring a lot to light. So I don't know. I feel conflicted about that entire era. Like, because I watched these guys and I thought they were some of the all-time legends, but yet they were using PEDs. But then I sit there and I try to justify it to myself, and I will go, well, shoot, Mickey Mantle was out there on amphetamines, and Roger Maris probably took amphetamines at some point. And before that, I mean, baseball has a dark history of cheating, more so than any other sport out there. I mean, it's just part of the game.
You're not cheating, you're not winning. If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
I don't like that mentality. I don't think that's a very good thing to try and... I don't know if that's a good thing that I would want youth picking up on, so I don't know if I agree with that, but it's just a really, really weird era. I mean, Roger Clemens is another good example. Like, I remember watching...
You know who that quote's from?
What's that?
That quote. It's definitely not from Bill Belichick. It's from Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero? Okay.
Yeah.
I always like the Al Bundy quote. It's not cheating if you don't get caught. That was something that he said in Married with Children that kind of went viral for today. I don't know. But yeah,
Joe
man.
Montana said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying also.
Well, there you go. I mean, I guess my thing is baseball is weird to me. Like, I think about, like, so for example, there was a period of time about 2007, 2008, right, where I would have told you that I think Alex Rodriguez is the greatest baseball player of any time, of any era, at any position. I really felt that way. Then he got busted for PEDs twice, and I said to myself, I don't believe that anymore.
I mean, John Jones has been caught PEDs twice, and I still think he's the greatest UFC fighter of all time.
See, and I totally disagree with you on that. And here's the thing. I think that you bring up a good topic all the time, that maybe they should look at steroid use and allow it for medical reasons. And I think there's merit to that. But my thing is this: if you have a rule against it and some people are breaking the rule and some people aren't, it's not fair to the people that aren't. That's my only moral conflict with it. Other than that, I mean, I just kind of take hey, it's your body, you do whatever you want with it. But then at the same time, I will say this, and then I'll let you say whatever you want. I'm sorry. But like, I've been in locker rooms and I've seen guys take steroids, and I've seen very unsafe things happen with guys taking steroids. I've seen guys share needles and do stupid stuff. And it's really scary to me, If
steroids was legal, that wouldn't happen.
Do you want high school kids taking steroids?
No, I'm just saying, like, at the same time, if it was legal, dumb stuff wouldn't happen. Like, what if you had to go to a doctor? The doctor gave you the shots.
I mean, I get that. You don't think there would still be guys shooting each other up in locker rooms? Because I think there would be.
I mean, it happens. But if it's legal, like, it's not gonna happen as much.
Okay, because I don't think that it eliminates it at all. I mean, because to me, it's like, well, you can get condoms for free, but people still go out there and have unprotected sex and put themselves at tremendous risk.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
they used to cut people's hands off for stealing, and they still stole. Dumb people do dumb things.
Hey, did you know that the term shoplifter actually comes from ancient times, where people that would steal would literally lift up the tent of the merchant and then steal stuff? So it became, yeah, that's where the term shoplifter came from, apparently.
Yeah.
Fun fact for you. That's
Not really fun.
That's Alex's old guy fact of the week.
I don't think it's an old guy fact. I think anyone can know that.
I don't know, dude. It just sounds like something you're.
You only know that because you were shoplifting back in the day.
No, I never shoplifted.
You'd lift their tin up, grab some rupees.
Nah. See, my mom told me if we ever got caught doing something like that, she'd chop our hand off.
Have you ever shoplifted anything?
No.
Yeah, I accidentally stole like a bouncy ball.
Mm.
And one time I was in Walmart and there's a fidget spinner in the toy aisle that was unboxed. I just took it. So.
I mean, I don't think that's the worst thing you could do. I think certainly worse things have been done. So Andy, what's our next topic here?
I don't have any topics. So.
You don't have any other topics?
That's it.
Okay, well I have two. This is a
two.
question.
You hid two from me. Okay.
No, I did discuss one with you at great length.
Oh yeah, I already put it in
this is one question I don't know. I think I may have asked you this before, but I've always wondered, like, what inspired you, or who inspired you? It could be either one or maybe both, to start creating content on YouTube. There has to be some driving force.
Nope, just bored.
That is the worst answer. I can't even. Like, I really thought there would be at least one thing.
Bored.
Bored. So you did it out of boredom.
I mean, people told me to make a channel.
Who?
People.
Come on,
The
Andy.
The people.
Give me like an example of one person who encouraged you, maybe. Give me something.
I was bored.
I'm just trying to learn more about you.
I was bored.
I mean, if we're going to do this podcast thing for another 993 episodes.
93.
No, 993. We're not quitting at 100.
We're quitting at 999.
Okay, that's fine. We can quit at 999.
1,000, remember?
That's fine, yeah. Wow, dude. I really thought I was gonna. I thought I was
Your
gonna
inspiration
get
is Ashley, so
partly. So like, it was just kind of a weird blur, but like I wanted to do it because I miss talking about video games. So like I worked at GameStop for years, and a lot of people think that when you work at GameStop, that because I had this happen all the time. I mean, I'm talking about probably at least once a day, somebody would come in and they'd be like, "Man, you must love working here." And I'd be like, "What do you mean?" And they'd go, "Well, you get to play games all day." And I'm like, "Bro, you have no idea what goes into it." Like, maybe I can think on a handful of occasions where I had like nothing left to do in the store, and I'd like play like a game of Madden with a customer or something, right? Oh my God, Andy, why are you staring at the screen? It's like creeping me out. Like, is that like a hidden signal for like stop talking?
I don't know. I was just staring.
Oh, okay. So like when I left GameStop, you know, like the one thing I really enjoyed about working at GameStop, there was a lot of BS that came with it. A lot of BS. We could do a whole podcast episode on it. Oh my God, Andy, what the hell, bro?
What?
Like, get a Rubik's Cube or something. I don't know, man. Like,
A Rubik's Cube's in my car.
Oh God, just
Actually, hold on.
impossible to work with. Cannot say this enough, guys. Impossible to work with.
Where's my mini Rubik's Cube? There it is.
You know, Ashley got one for me, and I don't know where it is. She never actually gave it to me. So yeah, I kind of miss talking about video games, and then like I started.
She bought you one and then never gave it to you?
Yeah. So like I really miss talking about video games, so I went and I started watching YouTube for something else. Stumbled upon a channel, and then I ended up on Game Grumps. Yeah. And I guess that might be why I like him so much, but I didn't even know Game Grumps was big. I just stumbled upon it and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like they just play the game and they talk about it. I'm like, that might be fun. Just something like a fun hobby. I wasn't thinking like, hey, I'll blow up because of it. But like, so I started looking into it. And then believe it or not, really good friend of the channel, Reasons I'm Broke, at Reasons I'm Broke on Twitter, the reasonsimbroke.com if you want to check out their podcast. It's one of my faves. Actually, it is my favorite. So one podcast. All right. Well, Andy, like I listen to our podcast twice every week. I record it, so I listen to it once, and then I edit it, and I listen to it again while I'm editing it. Yeah. But nevertheless, I listen to their podcast every week. It's the only one that I religiously listen to. But yeah, man, like he did a couple gameplay videos, and I was like, oh, that looked fun, and like he didn't seem to have a hard time doing it, so he helped me get some of the equipment, and he actually sold me his old capture card. And then I sat on it for a long time. So then Ashley kind of like pushed me into it. She was like, you really need to either do it or just get rid of the capture card. But she encouraged me to do it. Also, Daniel and some other content creators started like this network. And I really wanted to be part of that network. So I was like, man, I really need to get my channel going. And hopefully they'll invite me to that network. But that didn't happen. Anyway. Okay. Andy has successfully put together the Rubik's Cube. So
before you finish your conversation. Before you finish your story.
Am I boring you? Oh my God.
You told me.
So hard to work with.
I'll give you an answer for YouTube. Fine.
Finally.
You got it out of me. I was bored. Okay. I don't know. I've been watching YouTube since 2007, 2008. I've been watching gameplay videos since like 2009, 2008. I don't know. Been really early on. And then I was just like, this is fun. I'm going to do it. And then I did it like 11 years ago. So I posted a video 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since, I've always wanted to make a channel.
Is that the one that you sent me?
If it's the one that my intro is, what is up? I'm George Lopez. Then yes.
Yeah.
That is my first video.
Okay. Yeah. See, I haven't been doing it for quite as long. Like a lot of people will ask me, like, and I've had some people not believe me when I say that.
What were you doing 11 years ago?
Whew. Give me a second here, Andy.
UCF?
11? No. Oh God, no. That's even longer ago. That's 15 years ago, sir. So, oh my God, exactly 15 years ago. Yeah, dude. So
Manager yet?
Yeah. So I started working at GameStop.
11 years is 2007.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So I worked at GameStop as a holiday temp in 2005. I got to assistant manager. No, 2004. Like November 2004 was right after Halo 2 came out, and then it was like January 2006. I got assistant manager, and then 2007. It might have been like exactly 11 years ago that this happened because it was right before Madden came out. It was like right before in 2007. So it had to be late July.
Was it when you got robbed?
No, this was way later. I got robbed way later.
I guess.
No. I had just gotten that store like right before Madden came out. So it had to be late July, early August of 2007. And that's when I got my first store. And I made... Okay, so I was 22 years old at the time, and I was making $33,000 a year, and I thought I was just the shizness.
I lied to you. He was 9 years old, by the way. So
yeah,
came out in 2009, February 15th, 2009.
So 9 years ago, I was still at that store, and I was making a lot more than $33,000. But
I'm only subscribed to Combative Airsoft and Scout the Doggy, both airsoft channels.
Well, good for you, Andy. Keeping that sub box clean.
My sub box is like 300 and something now.
Yeah, I went and I cleaned.
A lot of my liked videos are Side Night and Happiness.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was subscribed to way too many channels, and then like I started taking some of them down. I just went through my whole sub box one day, and I was like, if they haven't posted a video in the last year, I'm just gonna unsub.
So that's not me. Ha ha.
No, but like if you were a personal friend, it's different. So like for example,
Wow, I like some classic videos.
yeah, you do, man.
Like, nah, I'm looking at my old like videos. Classics.
I'll
Wow.
tell you
What,
guys
what,
this much,
what a time
man.
trip.
Like, if you ever want to get some insight into the madness, you can go on my channel, and my liked videos playlist is public.
I remember I used to watch the TF2 like commercials, like Meet the Scout, Meet the Spy. And
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a game. I just thought they were really cool, like short films.
it was a really cool game, too. By the way, I was at Best Buy the other day, and this one girl was in the video game section with her boyfriend, and she had to have been maybe
Yeah.
no, she couldn't have been any older than 25, right? But I was really shocked. The only reason I bring up her age is she goes, "Oh my God, look, it's a Funko Pop for Team Fortress 2." And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, she knows about Team Fortress 2. Like, that shows how much lasting power that game had. Because, like, that
It's
game
free
was...
to play, so
Yeah, but it's old.
when you go to Steam, you go free to play. It's always at the top.
It's old, but I guess it's still really popular. You
This
know...
reminds me. Do you know what Achievement Hunter is?
Yeah.
Like Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, and this reminds me. I found them on their first video, the first ever. They did an achievement guide in Left 4 Dead 2,
I believe that.
and I found them on their first video ever, and I've been watching ever since.
Were you a Left 4 Dead 2 guy? Did you like that game?
I got it early. I got like 4 days early. No. I got the first one 4 days early, because I remember the cover. My brother like ordered it on Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
We got like a week early.
Did you... But you like that game, right? Left 4 Dead, Left 4
Yeah.
Dead 2? Would you play it? I know it's been a while.
I played it like a year. I played it last year with a couple buds.
What if they came out with a Left 4 Dead 3 and it was...
Yeah, pre-ordered everything.
You buy it? Okay.
Master edition.
Yeah, fun story about my copy of... So first off, Left 4 Dead 1, I don't even remember when. I got into it a little bit late. I was working at GameStop, and I was just bored of what I had. You know, like, you have those moments where you're like, I just want to play something different, something new, something I've never played before.
One, so
Yeah, I didn't pre-order it. I found a used copy in the store that it went on sale, and I was like, I think it was like $25. I was like, for $25, I might as well give it a shot. It's still a pretty new game. And everybody else in the store bought a copy with me. So, like, we were just playing it co-op, and, like, it was fun,
amazing game.
Yeah, it was terrific.
Did you ever play actual multiplayer? Like, not like 4-person co-op, but where the hunters and all that are real people?
I think so. I
Like,
seem to
that's
remember something like that.
Like
It was
where
really
you play as
hard.
like a hunter or a tank.
Yeah, I seem to remember it being a little bit harder than playing against the CPU. But I will say this, like, for a game that really didn't have a lot of variety, it had a lot of replay value. I don't know why. I think it was because, like, things always went a little different each time, it seemed like, depending on who you were playing with and their skill
There's
sets
so
and
many
all
different
that.
ways to complete the game.
But yeah, like, I really enjoyed that game. And then so Left 4 Dead 2 comes out, and I have it pre-ordered. I have it paid off, everything. And I remember I was dating this girl at the time, and she's like, yeah, my brother, he doesn't have any 360 games. He has a 360, but he doesn't have any 360 games, and my cousins, they come over all the time. My nephews, they come over all the time, and they're just, they just want something to play on 360, and he really wants to play Left 4 Dead, so can I borrow it for him? And man, I never got that copy back. Like, I remember I brought it up at one point. I was like, yeah, I was just kind of wondering if I could get my copy of Left 4 Dead 2 back from your brother, because, like, I noticed that he has other games that he's playing. She's like, is it really that big of a deal? Do you really want your game back? And
The best thing about Left 4 Dead 2 is you know how like games come out and people are like, "Oh my god, it's the exact same. I hate it."
Nah, I feel like it's
I hate when people
different.
do that. But they came out with a DLC that brought the first game into the second game.
Yeah.
So like you don't even need the first game at this point. Just buy the second game and all DLC, and you have the first game and everything.
You know, Valve is like one of the
They
saddest.
kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah, but it's just one of the saddest things, right? Because
They
like,
don't make threes. They haven't had a big game in forever.
but you
Is
know,
Left 4 Dead their last big game?
I think it might be because they went to do the Steam thing, and don't get me wrong, I love Steam. It's like the best.
No, they had CS:GO. I'm dumb.
Okay, but like my point, Andy, is we never got Half-Life 3. We probably never will, and I doubt we get Left 4 Dead 3 either.
Dota 2 came out after it.
I don't care about that. I know it's a good game, but I don't care about it.
I'm pretty sure Portal 2 came out after Left 4 Dead 2.
I mean, it's a little like, I guess in some ways we're spoiled. So for example, one of my favorite games I would say of the last 5 years is Diablo 3. I think Diablo 3 is about as close.
Switch?
No, I'm not going to get it on Switch because if I'm going to play it on anything, I'd probably just go back to playing it on Xbox, or maybe I'd play it on PC because right now it is free to play to an extent. Blizzard gives it to you, kind of give you a taste of it, and then hopefully you buy all the DLC or the expansions rather. But yeah, man, like Diablo 3 is about as close to a perfect game, in my opinion, as you can get. It works on the PC, it works on the console, and it's good on both. It's one of the few games that translates well to both, right? And they don't seem to have any plans in making Diablo 4. Also, can I ask why you laughed when I said it's as close to a perfect game as possible?
I was just laughing because I went to the list of Valve games,
Yeah.
and all Valve games didn't come out on Linux until 2013. I was just a little laugh. So you couldn't play Valve games at all on Linux.
But Linux has always been significantly behind when it comes to games. In fact, we talked about this when you came here to build your PC. We were talking about Linux, and I was like, yeah, gaming in Linux is, in some cases, not all, in some cases, you basically download a Windows virtual machine and run the game within a Windows virtual machine, which I think kind of defeats the purpose of having Linux, but that's just Alex's take on the world.
It's Linux.
As a Windows fanboy of sorts. Big PC
Can't say I'm a
fanboy.
fanboy.
No, I don't think you can because you got that MacBook, but yeah, you like them both.
Yeah, I'm
but yeah. Oh man, how do I feel like in a year you're gonna be like, yeah, you remember when I made that joke? It was kind of like me testing the waters or something. I'm kidding.
What?
Nothing. I'm kidding.
I'm definitely cishet.
Okay. Well, just a bad joke, Andy. It's no big deal. So yeah, man, like, I hate that we may never get a Half-Life 3. Cause like, did you play Half-Life?
Nope.
Oh man, it's a really good series, Andy. You'd probably enjoy it. I think
Guess
you would.
what?
Oh.
Kind of old.
Oh.
There's better stuff that came out in that time. I'd
Well,
rather play.
I will say this.
Half-Life 2, when did that come out?
05, 04.
04. Oh, 04. What a year. World of Warcraft came out that year. So if I played Half-Life, then I had to play World of Warcraft. So
Andy, check it out. Hear me out on this. I want everybody on Twitter.
Also came out that year. Halo 2. GTA San Andreas.
Mm-hmm. All great games.
Need for Speed Underground.
Great game.
Sonic Battle. Did you like that?
Sonic Battle. What did that come out on?
GameCube game.
Oh, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Yeah, that was good. They basically took Sonic Adventure 2 and they added some features to it and touched it up and put it on GameCube. And it was pretty good because they did that with the original Sonic Adventure. They cleaned it up. They added some small features to it and they called it Sonic Adventure DX. Yeah, there you go, man. So stuff from
Pokemon Fire
2000.
Red.
Yeah, I think Psychonauts came out 2000. Oh no, that came out 2005. Hey, Andy. So speaking of World of Warcraft, I want to
No.
know. No, come on, man. Come on. What would it take? What would it take? You can play up to level 20 for free. I confirm this. What would it take to get you to do a full series where you just play up to level 20 and give your thoughts?
Pay my rent.
Come on, man. You can't make it like something non-monetary. It's got to be money.
All right, fine, non-monetary. I'll do it on my second channel, not my main.
Okay.
All right. If you play a complete playthrough
Oh, God.
and finish and beat a Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke challenge.
No. I can't do that. You're just saying that because you know I can't do it.
If you do it, I'll play 1 through 20.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
You have to complete the challenge. You can't just fail.
Like, I just want you to just try the game out, man.
No, I don't want to.
I feel like you might like it.
You know what also came out that year?
What?
Red Dead Revolver.
That was a great game.
Driver 3. 2004, what a year.
There was, I mean, you know, the thing
WWE
about...
Day of Reckoning.
Oh. The best GameCube wrestling game, period, right there.
Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
I like Thug 2. I like Thug 1.
Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door.
You know, Paper
What?
Mario... Yeah, Paper Mario is a series that I feel just went in the wrong direction. And I really wish Nintendo would bring it back. But, okay, so I'm going to have to figure out what this challenge is for Pokemon Fire Red and try to beat it. And
You want me to tell you the rules?
you told me the rules one time during, believe it or not, a World of Warcraft stream, and I don't remember all of it, but I want to say it's something along the lines of, if a Pokemon faints, you have to discard it.
Now here's the rules. Any Pokemon that faints is considered dead and you must release it or put it into the storage system permanently. The player may only catch the first Pokemon they encounter into an arena. If the encounter faints or dies, you cannot catch. You'll have no second chance to get anything else. And then that's the main rules. You also technically these are like you don't have to do it, but people can say them rules. You have to nickname every single Pokemon you catch. If you black out or white out, where like Pokemon die, game over. If all your Pokemon die, game over. So pretty difficult.
Okay, well, I know that I'm not going to be able to do that. I was hoping that it would be something, you know, I thought it would be something more
And the
accurate.
randomizer makes it to where all the Pokemon in the game are completely randomized.
Why can't we do it like this? Just hear me out on this. So you don't want to play World of Warcraft level 1 to 20, which, by the way, I think that you could get to level 20 within a couple hours.
Too
with
busy.
the current... Okay. Too busy. Okay. So hear me out on this. I'm a pretty busy guy too. Why not you pick a game that you know I would never play, and I'll do a full playthrough of it in exchange for you doing it for World of Warcraft?
No.
Well, I don't know.
You have to do a full playthrough. All right.
Okay, so we're okay, but don't
Full
give me some
playthrough.
crazy restriction like you can only use the A button or
Super
something.
Mario Odyssey.
Full playthrough of Super Mario Odyssey?
Destroy your monetization.
So you're picking stuff that you know is impossible.
I don't want to play the game. Deal with it.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. Maybe tweet at Andy. Ask him to play
I'll block
it.
you.
I feel like it would be a... Oh, geez, don't be a Will Wheaton. I feel like it would be a good playthrough. It'd be something cool. I don't know.
The game looks, first of all, boring.
It's
Second
not
of all,
boring.
don't like any game in the genre. Third of all, fantasy mumbo jumbo I don't like. Like it's not like this ain't adding up.
Yeah, well.
Is my calculator broken, Alex? Is my calculator broken?
What calculator?
It ain't adding up.
Just like, what if I hold this decorative coin up for you?
I could throw that in the trash and wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Why would you destroy? I mean, it's bad enough you tried to destroy my Mortal Kombat figurine.
Okay.
You would try to destroy my medallion?
I didn't say try. I was just saying if I found that in the middle of the streets, I would just
If you find that in
care.
the middle of the streets, could you just send it to me?
No.
I'll pay
I
for
wouldn't know it was
shipping.
World of Warcraft.
Dude, come on, man. I don't know. Tweet at Andy. Tell him to play World of Warcraft. Tell him that you want to
No.
see it on the channel.
No.
Okay, what if you approach the game like it's a rebuild, right? The character sucks. He's only level 1. You got to
I don't even
rebuild
like
him.
doing rebuilds.
The truth comes out.
You know what also came out that year?
Oh, geez, I dropped something, but I don't even know what it
NFL
was.
Street 2. Gary's mod.
You know, I worked with a bunch of people when I was at EA right before I left, because, again, it was just a summer job for me. Right before I left, a lot of the guys that I worked on Madden 05 with were playing NFL Street 2. And I remember watching
I'll do a playthrough
that
of that
game, and
on
I
my
was
channel.
like, man, that was tight. What?
I'll do a playthrough of that on my channel.
NFL Street 2?
Yeah, I love that game.
You know, World of Warcraft is kind of like NFL Street
Not
in a way.
at all.
It
Not
is.
at all.
It is, because like every level you gain is kind of like a touchdown.
No?
Yeah, man. You kind of play, you know, in Madden Ultimate Team, that you have a level in that too. And you know how you get rewards every time you level up? Well, in World of Warcraft,
Well, guess what?
when you...
I played more Maddens without a leveling system.
Yeah.
That like 4 times the amount of Madden games I've played didn't have a leveling system.
Isn't that only like a 2-year thing at this point? Maybe
No, they
3?
had it in like 04 and or not 04. Like they had in 08.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even remember it than that. That shows you how much I remember about Madden 08. I mean, I played it, but I didn't play it like I do now.
I'm not sure. I know there's an old game that had like a leveling system in it.
I'm sure there was. EA's tinkered with so many things and then just like brought it back over the years. You know, like it's tough to say. Anyway,
I'm gonna throw something at you.
What's that?
So throw some fit at the wall and hope it shans. It's a dumb joke that my teacher used to say. I had an idea for the podcast. It's well into the future, a couple months. But let's start next year. We should do the DCD awards.
No, I like that idea. I want to do it.
Like topics be like best movie of the year, best game,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Spoiler alert. Best game.
Nope, no spoilers. Can't be World of Warcraft Battle of Azeroth.
It can.
You've only played it for 2 days.
It's changed my
I will
life.
say someone I work with, he's 2 years younger than me, was actually hyped for Battle of Azeroth. So if that helps you out. He was like, I can't wait for World of Warcraft to come out tonight. And I was like, Battle for Azeroth, yeah.
Dude, you have a friend that you could play with.
I wouldn't say I'm that much of a friend with
You
young
could
Trash Piss.
become friends with him.
Or it's a work friend, not really outside work friend. I
We-
call him Young Trash Piss, by the way.
We could become better friends.
All right, Ed Groot.
Okay, well, it's
That's
about
gonna be it for the
yeah,
podcast.
it's about time. Real quick before we finish up, want to mention T-shirts are on sale for like a full month. TeePublic, so you could get your DCD podcast shirt for just $14. We got that. You could buy a Purple Swordfish shirt if you want. I got the new Alliance shirt up there today, but buy the DCD shirt. It's by far my favorite one in the store. It comes in both the black and the white logo variant in a variety of different colors. You can buy one today for just $14. And I think it's going to be on sale for, I believe, at least 3 weeks. They sent me an email on that. So that's pretty tight. Everything, if you buy a t-shirt, just for full transparency, we get about $6 from the sale, and that goes to helping the podcast funding, because hosting this thing is not free. Also, if you're into the audio-only version, we're on iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review. Even if you hate the podcast, leave us a 5-star review and say, I hated it, but I gave it 5 stars because Alex said so. And then we're also on Stitcher, SoundCloud. No, not SoundCloud. SoundCloud's almost dead. We're hoping to get on Spotify real soon. And then we're also on Google Play Music. And I think that's it. You can also go to deadchannelduo.com and listen to it directly there. But yeah, there's all my plug-in for the week.
Also,
buy a t-shirt, damn it.
Red Sox, awesome. 86 wins. Coke Zero's awesome.
Coke Zero is awesome, but you know what's even more awesome? And it's the same color scheme as Coke Zero? A DCD podcast t-shirt. Only $14, by the way.
Not the same color scheme.
Black and white.
Black and red.
No, black and white, man.
Red.
I don't have...
Next time on DCD podcast.
All right, thanks for listening, guys.
On DCD show. Deuce.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.